Who do you trust and why? I'm Pastor Adam. This is Old Testament Thursday, and I bring up this conversation of trust. And why do you trust somebody? Because trust is something that I believe is earned. You earn trust and you prove that you can be trusted to other people. Well, what does this mean in our relationship with God? Obviously, we should have a lot of trust in God to do all of these different things that we need Him to do, or that we would like for Him to do, or the things that He says He will do. How do you know that it's true? How do you know that what He's going to do is what He's going to do? How do you know that He will actually do it? Well, check this out. In Psalm chapter 25, David says this in verse 1. We're doing one verse and one verse only. It says this: In you, Lord, my God, I put my trust. David writes a lot of these psalms here, whether it's poetry, whether he's writing songs, whatever it may be. He's expressing himself to God. Usually, more often than what it would seem, David seems down in the dumps. He goes, "Oh, this is terrible. This is horrible. My life isn't good." David here says, "In you, Lord, I put my trust." First thing he says in this chapter here. He goes on through the rest of it to talk about all the different things that he trusts God with and why he trusts God. And it is a built upon relationship with God that David is able to say these things. David has lived a life that is very treacherous, that has been lots of ups and downs. And through it all, he knows that God has been with him. And so, out of all the people in David's life, of all the people that David has known, has come in contact with, has built bonds with, he knows that there is one person that he can put his trust into. One being, and that being is God. He knows that he can put his trust into God. Why? Because he has built a lifetime with God building up trust. And so I ask you, have you spent time building trust with God? Have you entrusted him with things? Have you left things in his hands? Have you put yourself in a position where the only way that it could be done is through God? I ask you this because a lot of times we are unsure about what God can do or what we want God to do. But at the end of the day, have you put your trust in God? I'm Pastor Adam. This is Old Testament Thursday. I'll see you next time.